Cambrilearn started to many Anna. I homeschool primary 1, primary 2, second grade. I do week 11 English.
Week 11 has 3 parts, and the entire lesson is called Long, Long Ago. And part 1 is going to be exploring words, part 2 is reading and understanding, and part 3 is retelling a story. We have Taekwondo in about 30 minutes, so we're just going to start part 1, and we'll continue after Taekwondo. Hey guys, we just started learning a new subject yesterday, right? I just started teaching you guys. What does long, long ago make you think about?
Long, long ago.
What's it make you think about?
Long history.
History, right? We started learning history. Long, long ago, it's history. Okay, guys, what's an adjective?
Adjective, it tells the word about it now.
Okay, it's a word that tells about a noun. It's a word that describes a noun. Is jump a noun?
No.
Is dance a noun?
No.
Is the a noun?
No.
Is apple a noun?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So apple's a noun. What if I say red apple? Is
Apple in the noun.
Apple's a noun, and what's the adjective?
Red.
Red. Okay, great. What if I say shiny window?
Shiny. I like shiny.
What's the noun? Shiny window. What's the noun?
Shiny window. Window.
And what's the adjective?
Shiny.
Shiny. Okay, perfect. You guys got it. Guys, which stories do you guys know here?
3 bears.
3 little bears. Okay.
A gingerbread man and Red Riding Hood.
Gingerbread man and Little Red Riding Hood. Anna, do you know any? What's this?
Reindeer.
Reindeer. It's probably Rudolph. Maybe it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't know these ones. This looks familiar, but I forget.
Google Vans.
Huh?
Google Vans.
What is it?
Use Google Vans.
Look at these animals in this picture, okay? They're the smallest of their kind, right? Elephants are really big, right?
No.
But this pygmy elephant is the smallest type of elephant. I don't know how to pronounce this. Pygmy, you know? Pygmy? Pygmy hippo. It's the smallest kind of hippo. A Malayan sun bear is the smallest kind of bear. A mouse deer is the smallest kind of deer.
A rabbit.
You understand? A paddle turtle is the smallest kind of turtle. They're the smallest of their kind. Do you understand?
Pygmy,
Pygmy.
me, or pygmies.
Pygmies.
Plural. Pygmy, singular.
Okay, guys. So these are the smallest of the type of animal. For rabbit, elephant, and hippo, it's a pygmy. The smallest type of hippo is a pygmy hippo. It's a little hippo. Pygmy elephant and pygmy rabbit. They're very small. Understand? And the smallest kind of deer is a mouse deer. You see that deer? It's really small. And the smallest kind of bear is a Malayan sun bear. Say Malayan sun bear. Say pygmy. Pygmy. Say pygmy rabbit. Pygmy hippo. Pygmy elephant. Okay, and a paddler turtle. Paddler turtle. Paddler turtle. Okay. Think about some words about these animals. Center meat, high, small, smallest, skin, long, short, tiny, fur, shell. The paddler turtle, tiny shell. Understand?
I understand.
All right, guys. So the platypus turtle, right? Let's look at him. And we're going to look at some words it says to describe them. Okay, so let's say he has a hard, patterned shell. Hard, patterned shell. What's the noun?
Shell.
Okay, and what's the adjective?
Hard pattern.
Right, hard pattern. Okay, so we have 2 adjectives. We can have a whole bunch of adjectives, right? Describing a single noun, right? We could call it the green, ugly, hard, patterned shell. And then we have green, hard, ugly, patterned as adjectives, right? We have a whole bunch of adjectives. You are the ugliest, atrocious, disgusting, gooey, ewy person I ever seen.
Ooh.
Person is a noun, and all those other things I just said are the adjectives, right?
You mean the rich?
Or say you're in love. You're the sweetest, beautifulest, cutest, most audacious. All these things, right? Those are all adjectives. And then the noun will just be girl, right? Or boy, or whatever, right?
I go.
Okay.
Now
So
you
we can have a whole
go.
bunch of adjectives, right? You understand?
Now
All right.
you
Write on paper, right?
Yes.
right.
Write on paper, right?
Yes.
Right.
So I'm talking about write on paper, right? Like correct?
Yes.
Sometimes words are mean two different things and they're supposed to be. You could go right or write like correct, right?
Yes.
And those are both R-I-G-H-T. But write, when you write with words, it's W-R-I-T-E. You understand? They sound the same, but they're spelled different. English is sometimes confusing like that. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yeah.
This reindeer isn't from Rudolph. It's from this story, okay? So that's what we're going to do. This story uses some interesting adjectives, okay? That's what it says. It uses interesting adjectives. Let me get the audio and we'll listen to this, okay?
Okay.
Tiger, Part 1, by Jim Carrington. Long ago, there was a mouse deer called Sang Cancel.
Ask some questions. What two adjectives describe saying cancel? And it shows you right here. He was sly and clever. You understand? Those are the adjectives. Describe Tiger's eyes and thought. He had hungry eyes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What adjective describes the puddle? It was a muddy puddle. Puddle is a noun. Muddy is the adjective. Do we understand? Leeya, muddy puddle. What is a noun? Muddy puddle. Hey guys, muddy puddle.
Money paddle.
What's the noun?
Paddle.
Okay, what's the adjective?
Money.
Okay. Part 1, we've done the learner's book. We haven't done the workbook, and we haven't done the worksheets. There's one video you guys are going to watch. We're going to go to Taekwondo, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to finish part 1. Okay? This video is called Homophones. I think it's called Homophones for Kids. You're going to watch this video, and then get ready for Taekwondo. Okay?
Okay.
And welcome to Tutoring Hour. Meet Luke and Rover. In this video, we'll learn a few homophones with Luke and Rover. But before we get started, let's understand what homophones are with this example. Wake up, son. The sun is up, said Mom. The words sun and sun sound the same, but have different meanings and spelling. Sun.
Homophone is?
Yeah.
It's two words that they're the same. They're said the same, but they're spelled different. They mean different things, right? Son, okay?
Dad.
Alex, my son, right? You're my daughter. You know this or not? Son and daughter. Alex, my son. But the sun outside, it sounds the same, right? But son like a boy is S-O-N. Sun like outside is S-U-N. Sun and sun. Okay? Let's listen to some more.
While sun is the star up in the sky. Words that are pronounced the same but have different meanings and or spellings are called homophones. Let's look at a few more examples of homophones. Mom added water to the flour to make the pancake batter, while Rover put the flour in the vase.
Look,
The words flour and flour
you see flour outside and flour about we cook food. You see?
Yes.
You know this one, right? You know about we put flour in our food, right?
What?
But it's not the same as this flour, right?
Is that?
Pair, odd and even in math, right? We see if it can make a pair.
Yeah.
But there's also a fruit. This fruit's called a pear.
The fruit are hard pear.
Understand? There's words in English that are spelled differently or spelled the same, and they sound the same, but they mean different things. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or right. Right? Or right? Or go right.
Go away.
Right? Like write on paper? Oh, that one's right. Or right like you write on paper. You understand?
And
type
not
of fruit.
right.
Mom made 8 pancakes, and Luke quickly ate 2 of them. Here, the words 8 and 8 sound the same,
8, a number, 8 food.
but 8
Eight
is
the number and 8 food.
8 means to eat.
Remember?
Luke began to write while Rover sat on his right watching
and
him.
4.
Write is an action,
Then
and
number
right
4
is the
and
position.
4.
He soon got bored and asked Rover
Yeah,
to erase
right?
the dry
4
erase.
and 4, right?
Bored and bored
Or
share
2
the
and
same
2.
pronunciation.
Go 2 or number
Bored
2.
means weary, while bored
2 and
is
2.
a word used for
Go
writing.
2.
I went to the store. I went to 7 or number 2.
Hair is an animal like a rabbit. And
So those are called homophones.
Homophone.
Homophones. Okay, we're going to do some worksheets in the workbook after Taekwondo. You guys go get ready for Taekwondo.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I like the fifth quotation.
Guys, we're back for part 2. Alex making some banana bread. We got some mango. And we're going to work on the workbook, okay?
Okay.
So, Anna, you're going to draw here. It says, draw a tiny lizard. Leah, you draw a pygmy hippo. You remember what a pygmy is? What is it?
The hippo, but it be baby.
Yeah, small. It's not a baby. It's small. Small. Even when it gets big, it's still small. Okay? A small hippo, a small lizard. A pygmy hippo. Leah, you draw it here.
I thought she got there.
You draw a lizard, you draw a hippo.
I thought she got there. You thought she got hippo. ป๊าบอกฉันไม่รู้แกมองอะไรอยู่หรอมากูแก
Okay, but look, if that's how big an apple and that's how big a lizard, I think there's smaller lizards, but it's okay. It's supposed to be really small.
No, you know not. Also, it did make economy for you, look.
What?
You want?
พี่ปูมีหินไหมขำตัวมันสั้นๆนี่
ก็ซีล่าเหรอ ก็ซีล่าอีกแล้วเหรอเรียนลูกใจแพทย์ด่า
You guys circle the words that mean small. What's it say?
small
Little, right, okay. And circle the ones that mean small. Okay, what do you got?
pick me
Okay, great. You can write first. You're going to write a sentence that has adjectives for a Tiresias monkey. Okay? So what do you want to write? Go ahead, write a sentence there. Okay? Is an ugly but cute Tiresias monkey. So what are your adjectives?
ugly cute
Okay. Anna, you have to write a sentence about a Shelton pony. Okay, go ahead, write a sentence here. Pony is round and small. What are your adjectives?
black small
And this is, you're still new to spelling, so I don't know how many of these you're going to get. But look, these are homophones. Male and male. Like you said male, and male like a man. Pear, like a pair of shoes, and pear like a fruit. Whole, like is it a half or a whole? Or whole, like it's got a hole in it.
yeah
A dough is like a deer, or dough like you roll the dough, or Play-Doh. Okay? I'm going to go through these. Leah, you help Anna get the right answer if you don't know. The bear, which bear? The bear, this bear or this bear, is hugging a big tree.
one
This one. Okay, Anna, circle it. Leah, circle on your sheet. Right here, this one. A bear that hugs a tree is B-E-A-R. I like to read or read?
read
Read. Okay, you know. The sun shines brightly in the sky.
sun
Which sun? Okay.
sun
All right, good. You know more than I thought you would. The cat chased or chased a mouse through the house. Do you know, Leah? Or do you know?
I don't know
Okay, it's the first one. The first one. Chased is like this. C-H-A-S-E-D. Please pass or passed me the blue pen.
I don't know
Yeah, pass. Leah's right. The first one. Okay, this one, wait. Leah, wait. I think Anna will know this one. I have it. Yeah, I think Anna's probably going to know. I have a new pair of shoes. Which pair is for...
I think this pair
Yeah, you know that from math. The knight or knight wore shiny armor.
the 9 or 9 9 I think
No, but that's knight like good night. You know that. But this is knight like a man who wears a metal suit. It's the first one. You got that, Leah?
Yeah.
Okay. The baker or the breaker is making fresh bread. Does the baker or the breaker cook bread?
baker
Baker, right. Okay, that's the first one. Can you hear the sound of the bell?
Can you hear? Yeah. I think this one here.
Yeah, okay. I think you know that from science. I think you remember. You remember?
I know.
The ball rolled or rolled down the hill?
No.
Rolled.
Rose.
Okay. Look at this. I know your English ain't perfect, but the tall tree provided shade on a hot summer day. What is a noun?
Huh?
Tree.
Tree. Okay. And what are adjectives?
I think sun. Hot.
Hot. And what about this? The tall tree.
Tree. Tree is a noun.
Right. What's the adjective?
Tall and hot.
Tall and hot. Leah's got it right. The delicious pizza
Pizza. It
is the noun.
is a noun.
And what's delicious?
Delicious.
Adjective?
Hot.
Yeah.
Okay. Was topped with melted cheese and fresh vegetables.
Vegetable.
Vegetables a noun. What's the adverb? Fresh.
Meal.
What's the adjective? Fresh vegetables.
Meal.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh.
Fresh. And how about melted cheese?
Meal.
Milk. Right. And what's the noun?
And the sheep.
Okay. All right. We're gonna move on. That finishes part 1. We got part 2 and part 3 to do. We're gonna start part 2. Okay.
Okay.
Other stuff in part 2 that we're gonna talk about first. Okay. Before we get into the lesson. Anna, you remember speech marks?
Dad.
They're also called quotation marks. Show me speech mark.
There's a hello tiger, so it has a big one.
It's what they spoke, right?
Yeah. Some more.
We're going to watch a 3-minute video about this, and this is mostly to benefit Leeya, in case Leeya has something she don't understand on here.
I like to think of the quotation mark as the punctuation that can save your job or
Quotation marks.
Here and here.
Right, that says, it's a lovely day, Jim said. You understand? So what Jim said was, it's a lovely day. Right, you understand?
Yeah.
It's what they speak. Like, we're reading a story where it says, hello, tiger, said Sing Cancel. Right? What are you doing here? And quote, it's saying what they said. Tiger grinned. It means tiger smiled. And it puts quotation marks. I'm going to eat you for my lunch. It's what they spoke. You understand?
I understand that.
I'm going to leave this for you for homework. We're going to continue with the lesson because you have to rewrite these, okay? So after we finish, you're going to have homework. And so what this says is Mom said that the dog is running in the park. So you have to rewrite it with quotation marks. So you're going to say, the dog is running in the park, said Mom. Do you understand? Yeah. You have to write the sentence again. So I'm going to leave this for you for homework, and I will review it, and I'll talk to you about it later. I'm going to read this story to you again, but we're going to have questions about it. So you guys pay attention, okay? Because we're going to have questions. Sing Cancel and the Tiger, Part 1. Long ago, there was a mouse deer called Sing Cancel. He was sly and clever, and he liked to play tricks. He lived deep in the jungle. Early one morning, Sing Cancel stood beside a muddy puddle, munching fruit from a bush. Along came Tiger. He spotted Sing Cancel and licked his lips. Hello, mouse dear, Tiger said to Sing Cancel. Hello, Tiger, Sing Cancel said. What are you doing here? Tiger grinned. I'm going to eat you for breakfast.
I'm gonna eat you first.
Sing Cancel looked in the tiger's hungry eyes. He thought quickly, and a sly smile flashed across his face. Oh, you can't eat me because the king has asked me to look after his chocolate sauce. Remember? The king asked him to look over chocolate sauce? Thoughts filled Tiger's mind. The king's chocolate sauce. I'd like to try that, he said. Sing Cancel shook his head. You can't. Tiger barred his sharp teeth. I think I can, he growled. Okay, said Sing Cancel. But first, let me run away into the jungle so the king's men don't catch me. Tiger agreed and stopped to taste the muddy puddle. Sing Cancel escaped into the jungle. Yuck! This isn't chocolate sauce, said Tiger. I've been tricked. Okay?
Okay.
So the first question is say 3 things about Sing Cancel. And it says it right here, right? What does it say?
Cancel.
Clever.
Okay. Like to pay tag.
Tricks. Sly, clever, and like to play tricks, right? Alec, there's 3 things about him. 3 things about the tiger. Alec?
He was scary.
He's scary. Leeya? Hungry. And what else?
I think that's stupid.
He was stupid? Why is he stupid?
Because they treat him so easy.
Yeah, because he thought the mud was chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay, there's only one setting in the story. Where is it?
No.
I don't know.
You don't know? Yeah. Alec, do you know the setting?
Jungle.
Ah, you heard that? It was very early. Long ago, there's a mouse deer called Saint Cancel. He was sly and clever, and he liked to play tricks. He lived deep in the jungle.
Jungle. But
Okay, so where's the setting?
Jungle.
Jungle. Okay.
it's not Candyman because it's not. It's a mud, not chocolate puddle.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not Candyland, right?
Yeah.
It's a jungle, not Candyland, Alex said. Okay? It's a jungle, not Candyland.
Yeah.
I have a 4-minute video on reading comprehension. And Alec, I want you to watch this too, okay? You guys all, let's watch this 4-minute video.
My name is Tamir Naha. I'm your facilitator. Welcome to myabcenglish.com. Today, we're going to discuss a very important topic in English, which is reading comprehension skills.
Reading comprehension means when you read, you remember stuff, right? And this is going to help you to be able to remember what you're reading, okay?
Concentrate fully while reading a text. So I would suggest you to use your finger or a pen to develop your focus while reading. But remember that your initial reading speed should be slow, and then increase your speed gradually while moving ahead.
We're going to read a story. This is for reading comprehension. We'll do it really quick. The Lost Kitten. Once upon a time, in a cozy neighborhood, there was a little girl named Emma. One day, while playing outside, she heard a faint meowing sound. Meow, meow. Following the sound, she discovered a tiny kitten hidden behind some bushes. The kitten looked scared and lost. Emma gently picked up the kitten and decided to help it find its way home. She knocked on doors and asked her neighbors if they had lost a kitten, but no one recognized the little furball. Emma decided to take care of the kitten until they could find its owners. What did Emma hear when playing outside? Right. Where did Emma find the kitten?
She
Had something about small.
Small.
Alec, where did he find it?
Fine. No.
In the tree about small.
About a tree that's small bushes. Okay.
Guys.
What did Emma do when she could not find the kitten's owner?
He do something about it can take care.
Huh? What did she do when she couldn't find the owner?
They did something to
She went and asked people, right?
Oh, she asked people.
Asked the neighbors, okay?
Yeah?
Did any of the neighbors recognize the kitten?
No.
No. So what did Emma do until find the kitten's owner?
Chocolate.
What did they do? What did Emma do when she could, until she could find the owners? What did Emma do?
What did Emma do?
What's the end of the story?
Emma found something.
Find something.
You guys don't know what she did?
Here.
How does the story end? Emma decided to take care of the kitten until they could find its owner. That was the last sentence. You guys forgot that?
Take care of the kid.
Okay, so what did she do?
Take care of the kid.
Okay, right. This is why reading comprehension is important. You weren't even reading it. I read it to you, and you guys missed the last sentence. Okay? You're just putting all these verbs in the past tense, right?
Right.
Why did you put 2 T's?
Because it's a rubber and it catches.
Good job. Okay, keep going. The last part of the workbook for part 2, it says these are all irregular verbs. We got to put them, change the tense, okay? So now I see before I. Okay, that's good. Now I shake before I.
Shook.
Okay, you hear Alec? What was it?
Shook.
No, shook.
Shook.
Okay. And now I say, and before I
Sir.
said,
Say.
do you hear what I?
Say.
All right. Huh?
Say.
Okay.
Say.
Very important you pay attention to this story. You're going to listen to it, and then I'm going to read it to you. And then I'm going to answer questions, okay? Yeah. And this story is going to be a little bit longer than the last one that you guys couldn't remember the end. All right? So this is part 2. You guys remember saying cancel about he tricked the tiger? All right, this is part 2. Let's listen to it, and then I'm going to read it to you.
Sil and the Tiger, Part 2, by Jim Carrington.
Okay, watch the words.
Later that day, Tiger saw Sil standing beside a tree. Tiger's belly rumbled. "I won't be tricked this time," he said.
As you heard it once, now listen, I'm going to read it, and then we're going to have 4 questions, okay? Sing Cancel and Tiger, Part 2. Later that day, Tiger saw Sing Cancel standing beside a tree. The tiger's belly rumbled. He was hungry. "I won't be tricked this time," he said to himself. "Hello, Tiger," said Sing Cancel. "What are you doing here?" Tiger grinned. "I'm going to eat you for my lunch." Sing Cancel thought quickly. He glanced up at the tree and spotted a bee's nest. He smiled slyly. "Oh, you can't eat me," he said. "Why not?" demanded Tiger. "Because the king, he asked me to look after his drum." "The king's drum? I'd like to bang that," said Tiger. Sing Cancel shook his head. "You can't." The tiger bared his sharp teeth. "I think I can," he growled. "Okay, I'll let you," said Sing Cancel. "But first, let me escape to the jungle so the king's men don't catch me." The tiger agreed and reached up to bang the king's drum. Sing Cancel escaped in the jungle. "Help! Ouch! This isn't a drum," said the tiger. "It's a bee's nest, and I've been tricked again." All right, answer quickly because I'm out of battery. I didn't even notice. Okay, when does part 2 of the story begin?
Later same day.
Later same day, okay. And Anna, what does Sing Cancel spot? Okay, Alec, what does bared mean in this sentence? The tiger bared his sharp teeth. Showed, okay. And everyone, why does Sing Cancel say the tiger cannot eat him?
Because they say they found the bomb.
Huh?
The drum.
He's watching the drum for the king, right?
Bomb for the king, yeah.
Okay. All right, that finished part 2. Alec, go get me a battery charger. We're going to take a 5-minute break and do part 3. Okay, guys, while my battery charges, I'm going to 7. You guys have about 7 or 8 minutes worth of videos. And it's storytelling tips and sequencing of events. And Alec's going to play them for you, and Alec's going to make sure you guys watch them. No tablets, okay? All right, I'll be back in 7 minutes. You guys watch the videos. Tell me the whole story. What happened in part 1?
The tiger in jungle.
Okay, he's in the jungle. Leah, then what happened?
The tiger in the jungle.
No, he was in the jungle. Then what happened? What happened next?
The snake, they say cannot eat him because him try to take care of the chocolate about
He wanted to eat him and he take care of the chocolate, right?
Yeah.
And then, so then he tricked him?
Yes.
And he ran into the thing, and then what happened? It wasn't chocolate, right?
Yes.
What was it?
Mud.
Mud, okay. And then in part 2, what happened? You seen him again, right?
You see him again.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
A bee nest.
Yeah, he wanted to eat it, but it was a bee nest. But what did he tell him it was?
King drum.
The king's drum, right?
Yeah.
And he tricked him again, right?
Yeah.
So the story's the same, part 1 and part 2, but some stuff's different, right? First time it was the chocolate sauce, then it was the king's drum. Okay, so look at this. There's no part 3. We only have pictures. We have to tell our own part 3. Pictures. And he sees them again. What do you think happened?
Tomorrow.
Look, what happened?
Eat chocolate or not?
What is that?
A snake.
Yeah.
What is it?
Snake.
Snake. So he somehow tricked him, right?
Right.
And he told him it was something else, but it was a snake. And he tricked him a 3rd time, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's read what it says. The cobra hissed and tried to eat we have to write this in order.
Cobra Kai.
Okay. The cobra hissed and tried to eat the
Cobra
tiger
Kai.
for his dinner.
Cobra Kai.
Later that day, Sandkinsel saw the tiger again. The tiger said he was going to eat Sandkinsel for his dinner. Okay, so that's probably number 1. Number 2 is going to be Sandkinsel said the tiger could not eat him because he was looking after the king's new belt.
Yes.
Yes.
The new belt, but it wasn't a belt. What was it?
A cobra.
It was a snake, right? Okay. The tiger wanted to wear the belt, so Sandkinsel said he couldn't. The tiger bared his teeth. Okay? And then the cobra hissed and tried to eat the tiger for his dinner. Okay? So he got tricked again. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Work in the workbook. Which one was number 1? The king has asked me looked after his, what was number 1? Chocolate sauce, belt, or drum?
Chocolate sauce and
Part 1.
Bell.
The first one.
The first one is chocolate.
Chocolate sauce. Go ahead, write that here. You do your homework. Me and Anna are going to finish this workbook and we're done with the lesson, okay? So you go ahead and work on the homework. What was part 2? Was it the drum or the belt?
The drum.
Drum. Okay, go ahead, write drum.
Bell. We have only bell, so it needs to be only bell. Okay.
The last thing I have for you, or Alec or Anna, is the king, he tricked him, right? He said he was looking after the king's chocolate sauce. Then he was looking after the king's drum. Then he was looking after the king's belt. What's one more thing that we could say? What if he comes a 4th time? What if he comes for a midnight snack? What could we trick him with?
Hello?
Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know. What's an idea?
Alex,
I think.
you. How to say?
Okay, Anna's been playing for a long time while we think. Okay, come here. Let's get an idea for a part 4. Do you know what a riddle is?
Nah.
You tell somebody something and they have to figure out the answer. So what Alec came up with, what? Is you tell him a riddle?
Yes.
And then what happens? Okay, I'll check it later. You're doing good so far. And Anna, guess what?
Then what? I
Week
finished.
11. I'm going to work on that offline. And Anna,